guys, Jarashut here, or James. Question and answer time. I've been putting it off because yeah, I've been dreading it because I've got so many questions, but I'm going to get straight into it, and I'll apologise beforehand if this is crap and boring and shit, because I've got a feeling it's going to be, so you're warned. It's probably going to be a few parts too, because I had a look and I got 60 comments on the video, so that'll probably be about 120, 160 questions, because a lot of people ask multiple ones. So yeah, I'll get straight into it. First up is My Fair Monster, and his first one is, what are your top 3 favourite subgenres of horror? I'd say cannibal movies, zombie movies and slashers, because they're all thoroughly entertaining, all 3 of those. A lot of my favourite guilty pleasures are in those subgenres, as well as just my favourite horror movies. So yeah, those would be my top 3 favourite subgenres. Next one is John Carpenter or Wes Craven. Oh, that's a hard one. I'd say John Carpenter. On the whole, I like his movies better than Wes Craven. I mean, The Thing, Halloween, of course. Silent Precinct 13, he's just got so many great movies out there. His latter work, his recent work's not that great, but Wes Craven is pretty much the same there. Wes Craven's great, but I'd say John Carpenter's my favourite easily. They added another horror icon into Freddy vs Jason 2. Who would you like to see the most? Ash, Michael Myers, Candyman, Pinhead, Leatherface, Cropsy, etc. I'd say, I don't know who'd really fit, but the movie's those kind of movies are a bit silly anyway, so I might go Pinhead, because I know in the original draft of the script, in one of the versions, Pinhead was supposed to come up, and I don't know what was going to happen with him, but he was supposed to be in the movie, but because of rights and all that kind of thing, they couldn't get him in there, so I'd say Pinhead. What are your top 5 special effects makeup artists? I'd say, well, of course, Tom Savini, Rob Bottin doing The Thing, Kane VFX, Rick Baker, who done An American Werewolf in London, great transformation sequence, and Stan Winston. Does Stan Winston count? Because I put him in there, so there's your 5. What are your top 3 favourite Stephen King adaptations? The Shining, Stanley Kubrick version, not the Mick Garris one. I really like Christine by John Carpenter. I thought that was a really great movie. I wasn't expecting it to be mind-blowing or anything like that, but I was really surprised how good it was. Misery, I've got to stop there because that's 3, but there's some other favourites I've got too. What is your favourite decade for horror movies? I'd say the 1970s, 1980s, they're pretty much level, but the 1970s has just got a lot of my favourites, like Zombie, Suspiria, Halloween, Black Christmas, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So yeah, 70s, and there's a lot of great European cinema from the 70s too, so yeah, 70s. What are your top 5 favourite horror directors? This one's very hard. John Carpenter, George Romero, Larry Cohen, David Cronenberg, and Mario Bava. There you go. Next one up is from Wet Movie 1. Ho is your favourite rapper? Oh, I guess that's who is your favourite rapper. I don't like rap music, so can't really answer that one. Do you like Kung Fu movies? And if you do, which one is your favourite? Which one is your favourite one? I do like Kung Fu movies. There's a channel we have here in Australia called SBS, and they used to play some great 70s and 80s Kung Fu movies at late night, and I used to always watch them. Bruce Lee movies I used to watch with my friend, and Jackie Chan, like Police Story and all that kind of thing. So yeah, take your pick out of them. Do you like man boobies? Well, a lot of my friends had man boobies, so I'd say yes, man boobies all the way. What is your favourite type of porn? I'll be old-fashioned, and I'll say just man and woman, regular. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not really into the porn. I'm not a big connoisseur of porn, so I don't know. Have any horror movies scared you so much that you turned off the TV? And that's by DVD Fan 11. No horror movies have scared me to the point where I've turned off the TV, but when I was younger, the movie that scared me the most was easily The Exorcist. I was just, the religious themes and aspects of that, like demon possession and all that kind of thing. I guess I was a bit of a paranoid kid sometimes, so that notion or idea that a demon could possess you and take over your body really freaked me out, and The Exorcist was a movie that really scared me. Another one, funnily enough, was there's that movie called The Ghost in the Darkness with Michael Douglas and Val Kilmer, about those two lions. True life story about those two lions, male lions, that went on a killing rampage in Africa back in the 1800s. And for some reason that movie really creeped me out, and I did have nightmares that in my room there was a curtain that was basically acted as a door, and I used to think there was a big lion behind there. So yeah, they're two movies that used to freak me out. Man in the Mask 88. What is your favourite DVD box art? That one's hard to answer, but anything that uses their original video art usually looks really great. I just love how they were usually hand drawn and painted, and bigger than life, lots of colours, and yeah, I just really like that style of cover art. The CG stuff they do nowadays, I don't really like at all. All-time favourite slasher, that's easy, that'd be The Burning. I think that just gets everything completely right, and it's got real energy to it, and just a great film. Favourite kill scene? Oh, it's hard, because there's so many. Well, I did watch My Bloody Valentine Uncut the other night, and it's got all the gore scenes in there, of course, and I was really surprised how well done they were. Because maybe that's fresh in my mind, I pick the guy that runs the bar, that's kind of dismissive towards the kids and a bit of an arsehole and a know-it-all, and telling them not to throw their party and stuff like that. He goes out to the mine, and he sets up that miner in the doorway, so when the kids open it, the pickaxe comes down. He wants to frighten them, and yeah, I don't want to spoil it, so if you haven't watched it, maybe just skip on 30 seconds, but yeah, he sets up the mannequin in there, but the real killer gets in the doorway, and he's opening and closing it, kind of laughing to himself, and then the real killer jumps out and hits him underneath the chin with his pickaxe. It goes right through underneath his jaw and comes out his eyeball. I thought that was wicked, it looked really great, so yeah, I picked that one at the moment. This one's from Jack Fry 123. What was the first DVD in your collection? That was my first DVD in my collection would be, I bought a Arnold Schwarzenegger box set which had Predator, Conan and Commando, so that'd be my first purchase. My first horror movie would be Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I got the crappy one, that Australian edition that just had widescreen all over, plastered all over it. It was a really crap edition of the movie, so there you go. What's the scariest movie you've ever watched? Again, I'd have to probably say The Exorcist. I just think they got it spot on with the kind of creepy, sacrilegious, religious, all that kind of stuff. Gives me heebie-jeebies sometimes, so I'd say Exorcist. I think that's really effective, that movie. Have you ever been to New Zealand? No, I haven't been to New Zealand. I would like to go there because it looks really nice. Favourite New Zealand made / directed horror movie? Well, Brain Dead, I'd say. Brain Dead's a really great film in its own right, and yeah, New Zealand movie, so I'd pick that one. Favourite TV show? I've got lots. I mean, I grew up on British comedies, so Bottom. I know if you're not familiar with the show, I know that probably sounds funny. The Young Ones, Blackadder, anything with Rick Mayall in it. I think Rick Mayall's the king. More lately, Arrested Development. That was one of my favourite shows. Got pulled off TV though. 6 Feet Under. It's probably one of the best shows ever. Lately, I've been watching Dexter. So there you go. How many DVDs do you buy a week? This one's from Faye. I think it's Faye 3975. How many DVDs do you buy a week? Really depends. It changes from week to week, of course. Sometimes none, sometimes 10. So yeah, it really depends what mood I'm in, if there's any movies that have been released.